হ্যালো এভরিওয়ান, ওয়েলকাম টু মাই চ্যানেল। তোমাদের আজকে মিড পয়েন্ট থিওরেমটা করাবো, ক্লাস 9-এর জিওমেট্রি সেকশন। তো থিওরেমটা কি বলছে? হোয়াট দ্য থিওরেম স্টেটস? দ্য থিওরেম স্টেটস দ্যাট দ্য লাইন সেগমেন্ট জয়নিং দ্য মিড পয়েন্ট অফ এনি টু সাইডস অফ এ ট্রায়াঙ্গেল, suppose ABC is a triangle. In this triangle, D and E are the midpoints of the side AB and AC. Okay, then if we join the points D and E, then the line segment we get DE is parallel to its third side BC. Why it is the third side? Because the side AB and AC is already taken, so this is the third side. So the line segment DE is parallel to the third side BC and its length is half of this third side BC. So what is the midpoint theorem? The midpoint theorem states that the line segment joining the midpoint of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and its length is half of the third side. Okay. So what is the midpoint theorem? So what is given? We are given that ABC is a triangle in which D and E are the midpoints of the side AB and AC respectively. Okay, how to? So we have to prove that DE parallel to BC and length of DE is half of the side BC. Okay, we will prove this. Let's see. Let in triangle ABC, D is the midpoint of AB and E is the midpoint of AC. Okay, it is given. What is to prove? To prove Roman 1 DE is parallel to BC and Roman 2 DE equal to half of BC. We have to prove these two conditions. These are the statements of the midpoint theorem. These two lines we get, these two conditions we get from the statement of midpoint theorem. Okay. Now to prove this theorem, we have to make a construction. What is the construction? Draw a line CF. Now we draw a line CF which is parallel to BA. Okay. Now we draw a line CF which is which is parallel to BA and DE produced. Now we produce the line DE. Okay, so DE produced meets this line CF at the point F. Clear? So to prove this, we will make a construction. In this construction, CF is a line which is parallel to BA and DE produced meets CF at the point F. Okay, clear? This is the construction. So write this construction. Draw CF parallel to BA which meets with the DE produced at F. So this is the construction. The proof is very interesting and very useful proof. এই প্রুফটা অনেক জায়গাতে অনেক কিছুতে কাজে লাগে, মিড পয়েন্ট থিওরেম। তো মিড পয়েন্ট থিওরেম পড়ার পর আমরা কনভার্স অফ মিড পয়েন্ট থিওরেম করব। কনভার্স অফ মিড পয়েন্ট থিওরেম করার পর আমরা ইন্টারসেপ্ট থিওরেম করব, কিছু ম্যাথসও করব। এই তিনটে থিওরেম রিলেটেড কিছু ম্যাথস, কিছু রেজাল্টস, অনেক কিছু পড়বো এই চ্যাপ্টার থেকে। ঠিক আছে, তো মিড পয়েন্ট থিওরেম চ্যাপ্টারটা গোটাই পড়বো আমরা, ফুল চ্যাপ্টার। ওকে, নাও দ্য প্রুফ। What is the proof? Now we see that triangle AED, there is a triangle AED and CEF. These two, we will prove this, these two triangles are congruent. Why these two triangles are congruent? Because we have AE is equal to CE. Why AE equal to CE? Because E is the midpoint of AC, it is given. That's why AE equal to CE. Again, this angle and this angle are equal. Why equal these two? Why these two angles are equal? Because they are vertically opposite angles. That's why these two angles are equal. Now, to prove these two triangles are congruent, we have to find another condition, because three conditions are needed. Three conditions are needed to prove two triangles are congruent. One angle is equal, one side is equal. Now we have to prove, we have to find another condition. Another angle or another side, they will be equal with the with these two corresponding with these two triangles. Okay. Now which angle or which angle or which side or which part will be equal between these two triangles? Clearly, this angle and this angle will be equal. Why these two angles will be equal? Because BA and CF are parallel and AC is a transversal. So these two angles are alternative angles. Okay, these two angles are alternative angles. Thus we see that this angle equal, this angle equal, and this side equal. So by the property of angle side angle, because two angles are equal and the side included between these two angles are equal. So by the property angle side angle, these two triangles will be congruent. So write this in triangle AED and triangle CEF, one number AE equal to CE, since E is the midpoint of AC. 2 number condition. What is the 2 number condition? 2 number condition is angle AED equal to angle CEF. They are equal. Why? Because they are vertically opposite angles. 3 number condition. What is the 3 number condition? 3 number condition is angle DAE equal to angle FCE. Why they are equal? Because they are alternative angles. Why? As BA parallel CF and AC is the transversal. So we have 3 conditions to prove that these two triangles are congruent. Okay. Therefore, triangle AED congruent triangle CEF. What is the condition? Angle side angle. Why angle side angle? Because two angles are equal and side included between these two angle is also equal with this triangle. Okay. So by the condition angle side angle, these two triangles are congruent. Since these two triangles are congruent, so we can say that their corresponding parts are also equal. What is the corresponding parts? The side opposite to the equal angles, or the angles opposite to the equal sides are called corresponding parts. We see that these two angles are equal. So the side opposite to the side opposite to this angle is this side, and the side opposite to this angle is this side. since these two angles are equal, so opposite to this angle is this side and opposite to this angle is this side, so these two sides will be also equal by the property corresponding parts of congruent triangles are also congruent or are also equal. That is AD equal to CF. Okay, AD equal to CF. That is AD equal to CF. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are also congruent. Okay. Now we see that BCFD is a quadrilateral. Right? BCFD is a quadrilateral. Acha. AD we get that AD and CF are equal. Also AD equal to BD since D is the midpoint of AB. Right? Also AD equal to BD. Make this equation number 1 and make this equation number 2. Why AD equal to BD? Because D is the midpoint of AB. So from combining 1 and 2 we get from 1 and 2 here AD equal to CF and here AD equal to BD. So we can say that BD and CF are equal. BD equal to CF. তাই তো because AD এখানে CF এর সাথে ইকুয়াল আর এখানে AD BD এর সাথে ইকুয়াল, তাহলে CF আর BD এরা ইকুয়াল হয়ে যাবে, তাহলে CF and BD will be equal. Now in the quadrilateral BCFD, BD and CF are parallel. Also BD and CF are equal by equation number 3. তাই তো BD and CF are parallel and BD and CF are equal. We know there is a property. What is the property? The property is that in a quadrilateral, if in a quadrilateral, if one pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So we can say that BCFD, this quadrilateral is a parallelogram because one pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal. And there is a property, if in a quadrilateral one pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal, then it is a parallelogram. So BCFD, this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. That is, in quadrilateral BCFD, BD equal to CF and BD parallel CF. Why BD parallel CF? Because BA parallel CF. Since BA is parallel to CF by the construction, BA parallel CF, and so BD is also parallel to CF because D is a point in the line BA, as BA parallel CF. This implies BCFD is a quadrilateral. This implies DF parallel BC. Sorry, BCFD is not, this is not a quadrilateral, this is a parallelogram. Okay, that is DF and BC are parallel because opposite sides are parallel. In a parallelogram, these sides are the opposite pair, opposite sides. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. Since BF and BC are opposite sides, so BF and BC will be parallel. This implies, since DF parallel to BC, this implies DE parallel to BC. because E is a point in the line DF. So DE is parallel to BC. So first condition is proved. First condition, DE parallel to BC. This condition is proved. Now second condition. Clearly DE and EF, these two sides are also equal. Why these two sides are also equal? Because these two triangles are congruent. Since these two triangles are congruent, so these sides are equal. Why these sides are equal? DE and EF are equal. Why? Because this angle and this angle are equal. It is the condition. Angle DAE equal to angle FCE. These angles are equal. Since these angles are equal, so their opposite sides are the corresponding parts, and corresponding parts are equal. Also, DE equal to FE. Since triangle AED, congruent triangle CEF, so they are corresponding parts. This implies DE equal to half DF. Since DE equal to FE, since DE and FE is equal, this means E is the midpoint of DF. So we can write DE equal to half of the side DF. And since BCFD is a parallelogram, so DF and BC are equal, because in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal. This implies DE equal to half BC. Since DF equal to BC, opposite sides in a parallelogram are equal. So the second condition, D equal to half BC, this is also proved. Okay. So the second condition, D equal to half BC, this is also proved. This is the first condition. This is the first condition, DE parallel to BC. This is the first condition, DE parallel to BC. This condition is proved, and then DE equal to half BC. This condition is also proved. So the proof is done. তো আজকে এই একটাই থিওরেম থাক, মিড পয়েন্ট থিওরেম। নেক্সট পার্টে আমি কনভার্স অফ মিড পয়েন্ট থিওরেমটা পড়াবো, তারপর ইন্টারসেপ্ট থিওরেমটা পড়াবো, তারপর এই তিনটে থিওরেম রিলেটেড কিছু ম্যাথস পড়াবো। ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ।